Well, it's something we're all dealing with, a constantly evolving job market. Entrepreneurs see opportunities, but the changes can be challenging for traditional workers to keep up.
Well, tonight we bring you this story of a man from the North Side who feels like he's getting ahead after a later life career adjustment and an unexpected tragedy. He's building tiny homes with a big purpose. If you drive down Dean Road on the North Side, it's hard to miss the tiny house that's under construction right out in the front yard. That's Hans Feckus. He's building a custom tiny home.
Well, this one's about 285 square feet.
To supplement and eventually replace his handyman business.
It sold before I was even completed.
And the price tag, $70,000.
It's going to look like a high-end custom home in here.
Inside, the finish will be rustic, with a reclaimed sliding antique barn door and beams. A pair of lofts sleeps 4, and downstairs there's room for more.
Down here, we're going to have a custom-made couch that will also convert to a bed. Everything in a tiny home has multiple purposes, if possible, sometimes 3 purposes.
Turns out the project is serving multiple roles for Hans, too. His son fatally overdosed at age 21. While grieving, Hans decided to make his own life changes, in part by keeping things simple.
It's a much easier and simple life that a lot of people are striving for right now.
Simplicity is what Hans believes makes the tiny houses so appealing.
I walk 5 steps out my door and I'm at work, so it doesn't get much better than that.
I understand. You're running this like a boss.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to anyway.
Hans thinks a custom tiny home is a product that's uniquely and perfectly timed.
This is not just a fad or anything or a movement, you know, it's actually set in stone and people are really gripping onto it.
Hans is so convinced that tiny houses are the future that he's built and invested in this big barn so he can move construction inside and work year-round.
This is the one I think I'm going to stick to for the rest of the remainder of my time.
I think it's going to be hard for you when they pull this thing out.
Yes, I am. I'm going to really be sad that she's going, and I thought about that the other day. I was like, I'm going to miss her, but...
So it's a girl.
It's a girl tiny home. I haven't named her or anything, but she's my tiny, and I will be sad that she'll be leaving.
But in a way, she served her purpose for Hans, too. She's helped him heal and grow.
I can't build them fast enough, it seems like, so there'll be another one right behind her.
Real labor of love, and really happy for Hans. And if you're attracted to the simple life, but, you know, moving to a tiny home is a bit too extreme, tune in to Sunrise tomorrow for some of the 3 key takeaways that you can apply to your life right now so you can live a more simple life.
Do you feel claustrophobic in that little tiny home?
I didn't. I really didn't at all.
All right. Well, owning a tiny house has its benefits and its drawbacks. According to the Tiny Life, the average price of a tiny house is $23,000. 68% of people who own them don't have a mortgage.
But while you're paying less total, Realtor.com reports that homes under 500 square feet, the average cost per square foot is twice as expensive.
Well,